Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brad from Grumpy Old Men, and I am sick as a dog, so apologies for the weird voices. I'm a little bit stuffed up right now, but I wanted to get this video out there anyway, so screw it. So this video is about recruiting. We are recruiting active Town Hall 9 players with minimum 15-15 hero levels. We'd prefer that they would be around 20 or 2020, but at a minimum 15-15. And we assume that you will be prioritizing those hero upgrades as most people do. If you're a Town Hall 10, maybe we can accept maybe one more Town Hall 10. So stop by if you feel like you're a really solid Town Hall 10. Maybe you're really great at 2-starring Town Hall 11s, or you're really great at 3-starring other Town Hall 10s. Not much to ask for, right? But you can't be 0.5. Not really accepting big 0.5 people right now. You got to have at least 30 heroes, preferably max heroes, and Inferno towers. But this video will mostly focus on the Town Hall 9s that we are looking for, since that is mainly what we're looking for right now. So I'll kind of go over who we are as a clan and then kind of get into the specifics of what we're looking for. So we're an English-speaking clan. We got guys from all over the world. Got to be fluent in English to join, or close to it. We are a laid-back group of adults, but on the other hand, we're pretty serious about war. We're pretty organized about it as well. We require you have Discord, which is a chat application. We do a lot of war planning and strategizing and chatting and whatnot on there. And we also have a shared spreadsheet. So you have to get Google Sheets. And that's what we use for a bunch of things, everything from war signups and calling bases, organizing rosters, and so on. So you don't have to worry about that until after you join, but that's just kind of some of the tools we use. We recently started to get into potluck wars, participating in those. They're about every 2 weeks, and they are 30 versus 30 wars where a bunch of clans kind of run similar type of town hall compositions and start their war search at the same time, and it leads to some very competitive wars. It's really definitely helped us step up our game. We are also joining the MCWL. That's not the main the CWL, but it's the minor CWL. We just started that actually starts this week, so we got our first match in a couple of days here. And that, I think, will also be pretty competitive, help it get our name out there a little bit more. Because we're kind of, I would say we're flying under the radar in terms of really competitive clans. We're not like in the spotlight, like the One Hives and the War Whales and things like that. But we feel we have the ability to compete with those types of clans when we're at our best. So take a quick look at the war log here. I think we've done about 8 potlucks so far, and we won 6 of them, and have been pretty competitive with some really good clans. Lost a heartbreaker here to Black Diamond on percentage there. UK Weekend War had a great win against them. SW Elite, also a really good clan. I think they're in the CWL Light right now. Omega Labs got within 1 star of them. That was the feeder to Reddit Omega. And FPC Check, another great win. So we've had some really good wins here for Reddit Force. So that's just kind of a quick look at the log. Let me just play some attacks here in the background while I continue. So more about what we're looking for. Preferably 25 or older, based on my experience. That's a pretty good benchmark. If you're 18, 19, 20, that's okay. Just you have to be mature. Got mostly mature adults here. We want you to be active. Doesn't mean you can't have a life. A lot of the guys in the clan have significant others and kids, and I think most of us have full-time jobs that we do during the day, so perfectly okay. That's kind of the culture we have. Mature adults. Don't want kids coming in asking for promotions right away or hopping around to different clans every other war, things like that. We want folks who are into the game, respect one another, have fun, and try really hard. One of the main things we encourage here is continuous improvement. You'll see that's definitely a major theme. We don't want people just learning how to 3-star. I mean, we want people with war experience for sure, But if you have to ask, how do I attack this base? Every single one of your attacks, maybe you're not quite at the level that we want. However, we are a group that is willing to coach someone up who has potential. It's perfectly okay to ask for help. It's definitely encouraged here. Need to collaborate anyway for the best chance of success. So, as far as attacking, failure is perfectly okay. We all do it. That's just kind of the way the game is. Sometimes it's really difficult. But what we're mainly looking for at the start is what kind of approach you take. Do you take an approach that gives you a good chance of success? We're not going to kill you if you have a good plan and you try to execute it well and you happen to fail. I mean, that's okay. It's kind of just the general attitude and the approach you take. We want you to be able to 3-star with ground or air. So don't really don't want you to force an attack on a base if it's definitely an air base, or if it's and you're just a ground guy. I mean, we want you to be a little bit versatile and be able to recognize weaknesses in bases. You'll see that most of the guys here keep up with the meta just from day to day, update to update. A lot of guys, we'd like you to do that as well, keeping up with the trends in the game. Watch YouTube, like the One Hive and Power Bang, War Whales, war recaps of high-level wars, things like that. Just keeping up with what's working and what's not. We want you to be, kind of an active in war, like I kind of said. Preferably once a week, really, at this point. I mean, we'd like to, nothing's set in stone like that. I mean, life gets in the way all the time. But we want active folks who are kind of into the game and who, are excited to get into wars. And so I think once a week would be pretty good. By the way, we do have a monthly mandatory war, mandatory in quotes, if you, where we kind of, it's kind of a fun big war. We just opt everyone in and have a big war. If you can't make it, of course, that's perfectly okay. But we try to get everyone in that we can for the big wars. If you have multiple accounts, that is welcome too, especially if you're a good player. So that's perfectly okay as well. Definitely have a few guys who have more than one account here. If you want to war constantly, all the time, we pretty much war constantly. We would expect you to gem your hero time if we happen to get into a competitive war. Especially if it's the queen. Queen can be pretty important for some of your raids, so we would expect you to gem hero time if you're really warned all the time, because obviously those upgrades start to take a week or so after a while. So base building skills are definitely, I would put that in the nice to have category. I mean, a lot of people just loathe trying to build bases, but and you don't have to be a great base designer, but you should at least have a good sense of what makes a good base, or what can make a base a bad base. Ability to maybe copy one is perfectly okay, or modify it to make it your own. Use concepts of a base that you see can work and kind of make your own base. I think a lot of us are capable of that, but just don't realize it. So base design is definitely a nice thing to have. We do have a lot of bases that we share amongst ourselves and try to friendly challenge all the time, so there will be no shortage of that for sure. So yeah, being in something like the minor MCWL that we're joining, stepping up our game there, definitely we'll need to be swapping out bases more on a week-to-week basis now, as opposed to just keeping the same war base, for months at a time. There could be YouTube recaps and so on, so you don't want your base getting out there and seen too often. So yeah, just being able to swap out bases all the time. I'll definitely have to do that. There's no formal recruitment process as far as that goes, but so you can just kind of join in game. But when you do, we'll expect you to do a fair number of friendly challenges. Hard to say how many. It just depends who's on and how things are going, or what's going on with who you're doing it with. So they don't have to be perfect, of course. Like I said before, I want to see your approach. I want to see how you go about analyzing a base and kind of executing your attack, how you do it. And yeah, and then if that goes well, we just go from there, throw you into a war or two, and just see how it goes. So yeah, I'm hoping some people see this and will join up. If you do join, mention this video. That'd be nice to hear. We would know that you first you watch our channel and that you're serious about joining. So that'd be nice to see. We really do have a fun time here. So if you're an active Town Hall 9 player with a war focus, 3-star mindset, and want to be in a mature war clan who is up and coming on the scene, definitely come check us out. That is all I have, guys. I hope to see you soon. And until next time, happy clashing.